Everyone, it's Sarah McCain, the social media marketer here at Giftcraft, and today I wanted to talk to you about creating meaningful engagement. But before I do that, I did want to quickly gloss over what meaningful engagement actually is. A lot of marketers tend to get hung up on things like likes and comments and retweets and shares, and absolutely these things play an important piece and part of your social puzzle, but they don't really drive the bottom line and they don't ultimately dig into engagement the way that they should. So don't ever get caught up on those things, first and foremost. So creating meaningful engagement. What are some easy steps we can do to kind of get the ball rolling on this? So the first thing is staying on track. And the best way I can illustrate this is a simple example for you. If I were a cookware company or a cookware brand, if I started talking about things like the weather or trips to the beach or even a really obscure holiday, those things wouldn't align to my brand and who I am. So they would be off-putting to consumers and they wouldn't be the reason why consumers are coming to me in the first place. So it wouldn't make sense for me to talk about those things even if I liked them. The way to talk about your brand in a way that's meaningful is to talk about things that relate to it. So you can talk about recipes and you can talk about tips to clean your kitchen or storage ideas for organizing your kitchen appliances. All of those things really relate back to me as a cookware brand. And ultimately staying on track ensures that your consumers are always getting the same consistent message from you, and that down the line really leads to meaningful engagement. The second thing is listening and engaging and encouraging. So what this really means is don't just like a comment and don't just say thanks for sharing. Go one step further and interact with the consumer. Ask them why they like something, or tell them what they could do next time if they had a problem. Have a conversation like you would with a person, because ultimately that's the beauty of social. It's about fostering really authentic connections. And so when you are able to have a little bit of a deeper conversation, consumers really appreciate that and they crave that and they'll remember that for the future. And ultimately it'll make your brand more of a person than just a thing that exists to sell products. The last thing is user-generated content. So what that is if a consumer is taking a photo or engaging with you all on their own without any incentive. And every brand's dream is to have user-generated content, because there's nothing more powerful than a consumer authentically talking about why they love your brand. So the way to get there is a journey, and it's a path, and it won't happen overnight, but you can do little things that help people go in the direction of creating their own content. So give your community a means or a reason to interact with you. So a great example of this is a watch company called Daniel Wellington. They ask people to share photos of their watch in timeless and elegant places. So tell us where your Daniel Wellington watch moment is. And it's a really simple idea, but the amount of content that people create around this idea of a moment with their watch it's awesome. And it really proves that if you give your consumer something and they really love your brand, then they'll be willing to authentically share. And that is the highest form of engagement. So I hope those tips are helpful. If you have any questions, I'm always here, and thanks.